it going, everybody? Living in Diecast. Matchbox is on tap for today. This is the newest 2025 Jurassic World 5-pack from Matchbox. This is showing up at Walmart in the new Jurassic Park 5-pack assortments. We've already seen 3 different ones this year. I will link that video at the end of this one, but this one is one we have not covered yet. This particular one is called Jurassic Heroes. Everything in this model or in this pack is a carry forward, with the exception of this guy, because this one was new for 2025, but we've already seen that model in the first singles assortment. So technically it's just carrying into a 5-pack. It's not particularly carry forward, but we will compare all these models as per usual. There is the barcode deets if you need that stuff. There is the back of the container. This retails for $10, $9.99. It's a very expensive 5-pack for what you get, but that's what they all retail for, to help pay for that Jurassic World license. So we'll get this one slid out of here. Starting from the top, this is the armored cage truck. The cage on the back comes off. There you go. So cage comes off. Couple of chains in there, nothing big. Slides into the back of the cab right there with this little lip. And then the 2 little notches on the back is where this slots in. Nothing particularly fancy. It does hold in there very well. Just hold it up. This is the battle version, so it does have like the scratches on there, and it does have the dirt kind of kicked up on there. Unit number 26. It's a kind of a purplish, grayish, bluish kind of color for the cab. That cab is the only thing that's die cast, unfortunately, on this entire model. So it's okay. It does have 3 axles on there plus a removable cage, which is pretty good. So this still does exceed their allotable, number for pieces. This one right here is the original one, L29. It's only been released once before. So this new one right here. So that new one right there on the top. The shades are the same. Matchbox is getting very, very good at getting these carry forward models to be exact. The decos on the cabs are exact as well, with the splotches and stuff like that. The dirt's different color, obviously. A little bit more dirt on this one on the top, which is the newer one, versus the original one. A little bit less dirt, as you can tell. But it's still supposed to be based on the exact same one. So definitely different dirt splotches on there for sure. This side's almost the same. Of course, the dirt color is different. Again, the one on the bottom being the OG release. Same wheels, though, on the 2. So nothing particularly fancy there. So we'll throw that guy up in our case. Set this one to the side. All right, next one we're going to take a look at is, of course, is our Jeep Wrangler. This is Jeep Wrangler number 29. So there is the details on the front. It is 29, the dirty version of number 29. It's a cool casting. It's a cool casting. I really wish Matchbox would use this casting more. But unfortunately, they licensed this. Actually, yep, they licensed it as Universal. So can't use this Jeep as anything else. Unfortunately, it's always going to be Jurassic Park. There is the deets on the side. Again, it's the dirty version. This model has a very interesting finish to it. It's kind of a textured grayish kind of brown color. It's a very interesting color for sure, but it's a really good casting. It does have the roll bar in there. This is the OG release right here for the number 29. Luckily, the number 29 in dirt we've only got once before. This one is dated L31. So there is your deets right there. Looks pretty good. Details on the front. It's exact same casting with all this exact same details. The color finishes are different though, big time. So that on the bottom, that's the OG release. The new one on the top, see the new one is pretty much like a gray color. And the OG one there at the bottom is definitely a brown finish to it. And obviously darker for the dirt on the OG one as well. The red print around the windshields is also different. It's much darker on the new one versus brighter on the old one. And then, of course, the wheel differences right there. The OG on the bottom, new one on the top. They're pretty close. They're pretty close. Shockingly close. The Jeep logo on the side there in yellow, much darker on the OG one versus the new one. So quite a bit of difference between the two. Pretty good dramatic finish right there. To the colors, you can see just how dramatic that is. It is quite shocking, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was going to be quite that dramatic, but the finishes are dramatically different, which personally I think is a good thing. So throw our Jeep up there. Of course, this is the new casting for this year. This is based on a Hummer EV in real life. and you can see the resemblance to it. This is called the InGen vehicle. This is basically the InGen vehicle. 1550 is the man number for this particular one. This is the first one we saw this year. So on the bottom is the first rendition. You can see it's exactly the same. The reds are the same detail, same wheels, same prints, all that good stuff like that. Nothing different between the two. Obviously a little bit different on production dates, but that's pretty much it. Details on the back, details on the other side. Exactly straightforward. So it is what it is. So there is the two models. So they are exactly the same. There's no day code on the bottom of either of these, so it really doesn't matter at this point. I can switch these all around and do whatever I want. It doesn't really matter at this point because they're both exactly the same as far as the release is concerned. This one's a pretty nice addition in here. This is your Chevy Silverado. This one's really, really cool. This one has full front decos on it. It's got mud all over it. Looks really, really good. Battle version. Got the cuts and strafes in there. Got some details on the side for maybe Triceratops farming or something like that on the door. Looks pretty good. Does have the mud tires on there. This is a pretty good casting from 2014. This one even has full prints on the back. So we get the full Monty deco for this one. This one is the OG version right here. This one is dated R25. So R25 for this one. Does have all the exact full prints on there. Same on the front. Same on the rear. So OG on the bottom, new one on the top. You can see the dirt colors between the wheel colors. Much darker on the new one there on the top. Otherwise, the prints are pretty dang close. The shades of brown are pretty dang close. Our OG one there on the left, prints are pretty much exact. I mean, they're really, really, really good at these. They've done a really, really good job. And then there is the deets in the back. A little bit of shade difference on the taillights. That's pretty normal. They both say Silverado on there, but really the only difference is going to be the color of the tires being much lighter on the OG release. No prints on the top of this model either. So, and this casting does have an interior, by the way. So don't have to worry about that. So I'll throw that guy up there. And then the last one in the mix is the Gyrosphere. This is the dirty Gyrosphere, the battle version Gyrosphere. You see it's supposed to have like a broken spot on this side. The blue piece in there you see moving around, that is die cast. The rest of this is metal, or I'm sorry, plastic. That's how that stays level in there. It's because it's die cast. All the heavy part stays down. This is the OG release. Very, very difficult to see the lot numbers on there. This one is L29 for the OG release. So our OG release on the left, you can see that, of course, the dirt is much darker on the new one, but the print design is exactly the same. The blue colors on the Gyrosphere itself are pretty close. That outer ring is printed, and this new one on this right side is much lighter, and it's not as thick in the print. You can see the print is much thinner, so pretty different there. And then, of course, going to the other side, the broken spot is exactly the same, but you can see on the new one, they painted the dirt, then the broken spot, versus on this old one, they printed the broken spot and then the dirt. So they kind of inverted those prints, which is kind of cool. So kind of something to geek out on right there. And of course, the prints are exactly the same on this side with the lighter color for the ring and the darker one for the OG release of that one. So throw that up there. So always nice to geek out on some previous releases for Matchbox here and there. So there you go. That is your latest Jurassic Park 5-pack. It is your Jurassic Heroes pack. Pretty average. $10. Probably not worth it. Not too many differences in there. Not super dramatic and no casting changes. So really not a whole lot to go off of. But I wanted to bring that anyways and compare it. Let you make the choice if you want to buy that one or not. Again, $10. Buy it at pretty much any retailer, but Walmart's really the spot for this one. So we'll catch you on the next vid. Appreciate every single one of you. Peace!